So Bob, my friends, I hope this finds you well. So today I wanted to share with you a thought I had when I was looking at today's readings. There's an invitation in the passage from Isaiah, and it's an invitation to those who are thirsty. It's an invitation to those who are hungry. It's an invitation to the people who are longing for something that can't be bought, something that can't be found in any marketplace. And the beauty of this invitation that we receive in today's reading from Isaiah, it's free. There's no price tag on what is being offered. This most precious thing that we cannot find in a market, that we cannot buy, that you're never going to be able to get onto Amazon and buy. It's God's grace. Because friends, in our world today, so many are thirsty for meaning. So many are hungry for love, for peace, and more and more and more and more of us are desperately hungry and thirsty for hope. We search for satisfaction in all the wrong places. We look to success, to wealth, to relationships, even to distractions like entertainment, social media. But none of these things can truly quench our deepest thirst. None of these things can offer the spiritual nourishment and life-giving water that God can offer. And this is actually echoed in the New Testament, John 7:37. See, you knew I'd get the New Testament in there somewhere, where Jesus says, "Let anyone who is thirsty come to me and drink." And so, friends, I'm going to ask you a question today. My question is this: are you thirsty? You see, God invites us to come to him without any cost and to find what our souls truly need. And then the next verse in Isaiah, we get asked a really amazing question. It's so poignant. The question is this: why spend money on what is not bread and your labor on what does not satisfy? It challenges us to look at what we prioritize. How often do we pour our energy into things that ultimately don't satisfy us? We can spend so much time striving for success. We can spend so much time trying to fill ourselves with worldly comforts, only to feel empty. God asks us to reconsider our investments. Where do we spend our time, our resources, and our energy? You see, friends, we've all got a finite amount of each, and there's only so much any of us have. So do we invest in the things that truly fulfill us, or are we, like so many, spending our time, our resources, our energies on things that leave us hungry, things that leave us looking for more and more and more just to feel normal? God continues with another promise. We get told, "Give ear, come to me, listen that you may live." God's invitation isn't just for a momentary rest. It's not a temporary fix. It's not a short-term thing. It's an invitation to life, a relationship with God that will satisfy, restore, and give true peace. Is something that should be prized by all of us. And through today's reading from Isaiah, God reminds us that the abundance offered, it's not about material blessings. It's not about the stuff that we have in front of us. It's about the deep and lasting joy that comes from living as we were called to live. And God's promise even extends to all people. In verse 5 of the reading from Isaiah, which I will put in the comments, of course, we get told that surely you shall summon nations that you know not, and nations that you do not know will come running to you. The invitation is wide and it's open. It's not just for one select group, but it's for any who will listen, any who will respond. It's a promise that includes the whole world. And this is exactly what Jesus would echo in his own ministry in the New Testament. And then the passage continues, and we get this reminder of God's nature. We get told, "Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near." God is not distant. God is near. God is ready to receive all who seek him. And while we're called to seek him, we're called to do it while he can still be found. And what that means is, before we become so distracted by life or so hardened by the hurts that can hit us out there that we miss the opportunity, or worse, we see it and just don't take it. God is not only the God of Israel, but God is a God of all who earnestly seek him. His mercy is abundant and his grace is unending. Verses 8 to 9 give us that very famous line of, my thoughts are not your thoughts, my ways are not your ways. What we mean there is that God's mercy and grace are so much greater than we can imagine. You see, we can sit and we can judge ourselves and we can say, I don't deserve God's grace because I've done this. I don't deserve God's grace, I did that. I don't deserve God's grace, I'm a bad, bad boy. What God would say is, yes, you do. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy of God. How many of us battle with that? Imposter syndrome is real. I'm not worthy. I don't deserve God's love. I don't deserve God's mercy. I don't deserve God's endless bounty. God would argue with us and say, yes, you do. Because his ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. He sees us as we were meant to be. And the great thing is that this grace, it's not based on our merits. It's not based on anything we can do to earn it. It's based on God's infinite goodness. We do not earn God's grace. We simply get it. How wonderful is that? And so, my friends, to bring this into land, God's invitation today in Isaiah 55, it's a powerful reminder that only our deepest thirsts can only be satisfied by him. We're invited to come, to bring our hunger, to bring our thirst, to bring our longings, to bring the things that weigh us down, to bring the things that make us feel like we don't deserve this grace. We're invited to bring all of them, to lay them at his feet, and then to receive freely from his abundant mercy. It seems too good to be true, doesn't it? But I promise you, try it. Try it. Let's not waste time, resources, and energy on the things that do not satisfy. Let's seek the Lord while he may be found. Let's trust that his ways are higher than our ways. Let's trust that when he says we're due his grace, when he says we deserve his mercy, we bloody deserve it. That's the end of it. Let's respond to his invitation, because in that invitation, we will find life in abundance, both now and for eternity. And so, my friends, I'll leave you today with the words of Isaiah 55 in our hearts. Come all who are thirsty, come to the waters. My friends, come. Come and find what only God can provide. And so that's the end of our reflection today, my friends. Please do, as always, feel free to drop a like or subscribe. You want to share this somewhere, carry on. The evangelism group I told you about that I'm putting together, it absolutely started to take off. I think we've got about 8 or 9 members now. There's some really good ideas in there. Again, if you'd like to be included in that, please let me know. If you have any ideas that you'd like to drop in for that, again, please let me know. It is specific to this MA, but I'm happy to take ideas from anybody, okay? Also, something else I was thinking of doing. Testimonies. Now, everybody's got one, and I'm very happy to start sharing them out. So what I would suggest is, if you have a testimony, a way you came to God, or a way God has moved in your life, let me know. Send me an email. I'm very happy to anonymize them, but I will read them out and we'll go from there. So as always, drop an email, like, subscribe. I know I never said I'd never do it, but here we are. And above all, my friends, every blessing upon each and every one of you. God bless you, my friends, and take care.